Sweet baby Jesus. Hey there, folks. I am not Captain Spaulding. Rest in peace, Sid Haig. I am the Mighty Plantain, and we are looking at a beer called Sweet Baby Jesus from DuClaw Brewing Company. This is a chocolate peanut butter porter. Now, I'm sure the phrase has been around for a long time, but if you want to know what I'm talking about with the whole Captain Spaulding thing, get the original DVD release of House of a Thousand Corpses and just let the menu run over and over and over again. There's at least five, maybe 10 minutes of really funny shit with Sid Haig playing Captain Spaulding and just doing his thing. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, Sweet Baby Jesus, chocolate peanut butter porter. House of a Thousand Corpses, by the way. Definitely a good movie to watch. I have not seen 3 from Hell yet, but The Devil's Rejects was also great. As well as the Haunted World of El Super Beasto, the cartoon thing from Rob Zombie in between. Anyway, we're talking about Sweet Baby Jesus. Chocolate peanut butter porter from DuClaw Brewing. Craft to be cherished, rules be damned. I like that. It's on the bottle cap here. I may have had a few drinks before getting this beer opened, so take that into account, please. DuClaw. Where is DuClaw out of? Baltimore, Maryland. Nice. DuClaw Brewing Company, Baltimore, Maryland. Right, so this is 6.2% ABV, porter with natural flavors. We're talking about chocolate and peanut butter. Let's see how it comes out. I can smell some chocolate and peanut butter from here, and I tell you what, some of you will know what I'm talking about here. As I was pouring it out, when I got closer towards the end of the bottle, there were a couple of bubbles of the beer dancing on the head. Not that I got a really good head here, but on the top of the beer, on top of the brew, the pour, there were a couple of light brown little bubbles just dancing around on there. Like I said, some of you will know what I'm talking about, others will not. It's fucking awesome when it happens. And for me, it's always been a good sign that the beer is going to be great. So, I've also got a slight ring here on the top where, and now, again, I didn't put a good head on this, something I always struggle with, but it's a slightly effervescent beer, but I am getting a ring, and I have a feeling that's from bubbles coming up from this nucleation point in the bottom of the glass. So, a couple of small observations. Again, not my first drink of the evening, but visually it's fascinating. And like I said, usually an indicator that things are going to be good. Now, this is something I'm not used to with a porter. I actually see flecks of particulates in here. It's making me wonder if I shouldn't have rolled the bottle first. Now, the other question is, what are those particulates? Is that active yeast? Because there's nothing left in the bottom of the bottle, so I'm not convinced that it's yeast particulates. It also tells me on the thing that, and again, this is a porter with chocolate and peanut butter. It's not going to be a very hoppy beer, but it does say here, a classic full-bodied, robust porter with a smooth, dry finish and just enough hops to balance aromas and flavors of roasted malt, chocolate, and peanut butter, so rich that you just one sip and you will exclaim the need. So, I've already done that, so probably won't when I drink it, but the whole reason I go through all that is because I'm wondering what these particulates are. Now, the fact that there's nothing left in the bottom of the bottle usually indicates to me that this is not chunks of a yeast clot. As appetizing as that whole sentence was, But usually with yeast particulates, there's still some bits and pieces left behind. But I did get a pretty aggressive pour on it, so it's possible I dumped out the entire yeast clot. Now, it's not a highly hopped beer, so I'm guessing it's not hop oils clumping together. So I'm wondering what the particulates may actually be in here. And the other thing I was looking for that I did not see was a bottled on date. Because sometimes if you let a beer sit around too long, then it'll clump up just because some of the components are just kind of clumping together over time because it's been sitting around too long. But again, the fact that it was a clean pour out of the bottle tells me that this is not clumps of beer that's been left to sit too long. So it's kind of a mystery what's causing the particulates in there, because there are definitely flecks and flocks. It's a highly flocculent beer, but it is very dark otherwise. This is a porter that lets very little light through. So, already this is a very interesting beer. And I'm still getting some bubbles up here, which means there's still some bubbles coming up from this nucleation point, even though I can't see them on the edge of the glass. So, it is a very dark, slightly brown tinged porter, but letting less light through than I would have expected from a porter to begin with. Maybe slightly effervescent. And that was a pretty long diatribe around the appearance of the beer, but I think I'm just striving for clarity here. I want to make sure I'm clear about what I'm seeing. And I'm getting overly detailed. I said I had a few drinks before this one. I may have had more than a few. More than enough is more accurate. So a few is more accurate. More than enough is more accurate than that. Anyway, you can see where I'm at right now. Oh, let's talk about this beer. Aroma-wise, it's actually fairly neutral. And just to be 100% clear, even though I may have had a few drinks, I did cleanse with water in between each one. So, not only is it a good idea when you're reviewing stuff to cleanse the palate, but it's also a good idea to stay hydrated when you're drinking heavily. Pretty neutral aroma. If anything, I'm getting a slight undertone of chocolate. Well, I ain't gonna yell sweet baby Jesus again, but wow. It's smooth. Actually a little crisp, with a medium heavy mouthfeel. And up front, there are definitely some roasty chocolate notes that fade to some solid peanut butter flavor. I mean, that's good. Don't get me wrong, the flecks floating around in there are off-putting to me, visually. I've always had issues with that. I've been getting better over the years. I've had plenty of beers that had obvious particulates in them, and there's no texture to those particulates. They swallow easy, they go down. It's not like I'm getting chunks in my mouth or anything like that, which is why it's visually off-putting to me. I see flecks floating in the beer, I expect chunks in my mouth. But I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Blame it on me being one of the few people who actually drank Orbit's water back in the days. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. But, sorry. I've gotten to the point where it's still visually off-putting for me, but I think I can ignore it in terms of rating the beer. So that's just, but it impresses me still when there's no texture to the beer that has the flex in it. If that makes any sense to you. But it is very smooth. It's going down very easy. And like I said, it's got a medium heavy mouthfeel, so it's not, even though there's no light coming through this, pretty much, meaning that it should be a dark and heavy porter, it doesn't have that really heavy mouthfeel. It's a medium heavy. Pardon. Making it easy to drink. Upfront crispness is unexpected. And the fact that I was getting a hint of chocolate in the aroma, but a really solid chocolate and peanut butter flavor in such an easy to drink beer. I mean, the first wow reaction that I had says it all. This is a full 5 out of 5 beer for me. It's, excuse me, it's just really well put together, and first sip blew me away. Yeah. A lighter, smoother, and easier to drink than I expected chocolate peanut butter porter that really has chocolate and peanut butter flavor. Again, that's full marks for that one. 5 out of 5. Great beer. Good experience. Because as far as I can remember, Brewfests aside, as far as I know, this is my first beer from DuClaw. I'll have to check Untappd to see if that's the case or not. It's definitely the first one I've reviewed on camera. But, yeah, sweet baby Jesus. Damn good beer. That's just what I have to say about it. Make sure to check it out for yourself. Hit me up down in the comments with the email link down below. Love to hear what you have to say about this beer. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Till next time, folks, make sure to check out Rob Zombie's horror films. They are great, and I'm sure, like I said at the top of the video, that Sweet Baby Jesus is not a Captain Spaulding exclusive exclamation, but the animated menu for the original DVD release of House of a Thousand Corpses is worth a watch in and of itself. Thanks for tuning in, listening to me ramble. Until next time, cheers.